Welcome back to another episode of Tie 24 Sports. Tie 24 Sports. See the cash app down at the bottom. Please cash out, donate to the channel, $ TY Rebel 22. Follow me on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter at Tie 24 Sports. Now let's get to the picks. Okay, so now NFL, as you see, is NFL Sunday. You see in the title. We got Miami Dolphins -2.5 just to be safe. Then we got Baltimore -6.5, Green Bay -2.5. We got in an Indianapolis Colts game. I'm gonna take the Texans money line. You just never know with that rivalry. The Jets -2.5 until they show me that they're consistent. The Eagles surprisingly are the underdog, so I don't want to go against Vegas too much, but I'm gonna go Eagles +7.5. But I would money line Eagles if I got the money to do it. We got the Lions -6.5, Chargers money line. Then we got the Chiefs money line, and then Dallas +9.5. These are two banged up teams, and Dallas does have Dalvin Cook, so you may want to keep your hand on the trigger for a money line if you see them doing well with that running game first half, because that's all they've been missing. Defense isn't as bad as they make it seem, even with a lack of a pass rush. See beside me, you got Coach Mario Cristobal. Shout out to the U. I know it's a makeshift Florida State team, but still, he got a little message, for everyone after the win, because they wanted their paper years ago for the last years where Florida State has been, getting the best of them. So shout out to the youth for winning that big rivalry game against Florida State. But let's go to the NHL picks, because hockey is in season also, and we're gonna get to them NFL player props too. Don't worry, I got those coming. So you're looking at the NHL picks. We got Edmonton money line. We also got the Philadelphia the Flyers money line. And then we got a Colorado Rockies money line. So I'm gonna let you guys put that in. And with these parlays, we want to do a lot of $5, maybe. I don't know what your budget is, single bets. And then with the parlays, maybe do them in twos and threes. Maybe put like $2-3 on them. You don't have to always break the bank. Build up your bankroll. And they have something on Hard Rock called Flex, where you'll get a little bit less. You can adjust it left or right, but you won't lose your whole thing. Let's say like you got 5 picks or 6 picks. If you hit 5, you'll get probably double what you put in. If you hit 4, you'll get a little bit half of what you put in. But if you hit all 5, hit all 5 or 6 or whatever, all 6, then you'll get the jackpot. I think that's a more smart, safe way of betting. You don't want to continue to blow your budget. These are some of the players of the night from last night in hockey. I believe last night. Yep. It just posted this 30 minutes ago. So we got John Becker from the Boston Bruins. We always love to see a good goal. He's celebrating and whatnot. So Boston showing up. Then we got another game that's looked like New York. Yeah, the New York Rangers going up against my Panthers, and they saying no match. So shout out to Mackey. The Panthers, they fought hard 2 years to get to that championship last year. So I don't think they're one and done. Mackey, Sam Miscavige. I'm gonna have to work on pronouncing the name, but shout out to my Florida Panthers. But let's move on to the NBA, National Basketball Association. Yeah, it's Sunday. It's a football Sunday, but if your team loses, you might want to switch over to NBA TV. Because that's what a lot of fans do this time of year. Come October, November, if the NFL team doesn't win, college football team doesn't win, it's basketball season. And speaking of college basketball, tonight, I think at 7:30 or 7 on ACC Network, it's an exhibition. It's not a regular season game. That's what I suggest to college football. What they're doing in basketball, we got Duke against Arizona State. So that's a good one for exhibition, I think, because those are two Power 4 conference teams. Most of the Arizona teams are always good in basketball, especially Arizona, but just Arizona's the state in general. Shout out to the Lakers pulling off another one. Yeah, like DJ Khaled said, another one. So 131 to 127. I hate that there's no defense played in the NBA anymore, though. I'm a 90s, 2000s kid, so defense is what I'm about. You know what I mean? I want to see the Ben Wallaces. I want to see, the Detroits, and even the old Cleveland Celtics. Yeah, Boston Celtics. The Celtics undefeated. They're 124 to 118 against Detroit, but Detroit's being more competitive than they were last year. So, they're rebuilding. This rebuild isn't going to take much more longer. Then we got Cleveland on a surprisingly good start, 135 to 116. Not saying I expect Cleveland to drop one, but I just don't know how long that winning streak's going to go. Now, yesterday's favorite, Dallas, and I was always skeptical. Why was Dallas a favorite over the Suns? Maybe because the Suns played a back-to-back. But 114 to 102, the Suns take that. Also, the picks. Yeah, I got so caught up in what's going on the screen. We got the Pacers today -3.5. We got the Milwaukee Bucks. That's not football. That's the Milwaukee Bucks, not the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We got the Milwaukee Bucks -5.5. The New Orleans Pelicans money line, because I don't trust them with the points, and OKC money line. Okay, so back to this. We got the OKC Thunder last night, 114 to 95 against the Bulls. So they kind of smacked the Bulls around. And then my guy Anthony Edwards, Michael Jordan Jr., 112 to 101 against the Blazers. People got to watch the Blazers. Maybe not as a playoff team, but just a sneaky team. Remind me of last year, Houston. Houston not playing as well as I thought. The up-and-coming Wembanyama and Chris Paul-led Spurs are now 1-1 after beating Houston 109 to 106. Maybe because Houston's played 3 games already in the short opening week. I don't know. I don't want to make any excuses. And then the Grizzlies, as I suspected, everybody was picking the Magic. I was like, nah, the Magic they got what they got against the Heat. And the other night, they won a game. Grizzlies not going for it. So 124 to 111. But I do feel like maybe Grizzlies are a better team. Magic might be a better team going forward, but Grizzlies has the star power with John Morant and company. Now you got the Heat finally getting it going. Jimmy Butler went from that embarrassing showing on a Wednesday night, I don't know what that was, to now, 114 or 106. Shout out to the Heat, getting it going on Monday night, and Sunday we're going to have the whole Dwayne Wade opening for the statue. We already had the thing for honoring Pat Riley Court. So shout out to the Heat. I'm a big Heat fan. And then I think this is the last one. We got Denver Nuggets falling down to the Clippers, 109 and 104. So yeah. So now let me get to these NFL player props. I'm gonna leave that up there. Aha to the Nuggets, because they did beat the Heat in that finals a couple years ago. I ain't forgot. So we petty and we about to get in this fetty. So let's get to the money with these player props. And I will split these into 3s and 2s. Don't get too greedy. Maybe do one money line on a flex with about 8 of these. But the rest of these, split these up into 3s and 2s. Even if you put $1 on it. Because when you put $1 on something and it's like 2, 3, it'll turn into $3, $4. That add up. You know what I mean? A whole bunch of ones beat a whole bunch of nuns. Okay, Tyreek Hill for a touchdown. Tua plus 200 passing yards. Let's not put too much pressure on him. 2 or 1 passing touchdown. If you want to go 2, that's on you. Okay, Kirk Cousins plus 225 passing and 1 touchdown pass. Lamar Jackson, I'm taking a risk with him. 2 passing touchdowns. Derrick Henry for the rushing touchdown. Well, just an anytime touchdown. It doesn't have to be rushing. And plus 65 rushing yards. Jordan Love for the Green Bay Packers, plus 225 passing yards and 2 touchdowns. So plus 1 touchdown. Plus 1.5 for the touchdowns. Saquon Barkley for the touchdown. And for 78.5 rushing yards today. That's a steal. We got to take that. Jamar Chase for the touchdown, anytime touchdown. Then David Montgomery back after being disappearing. I couldn't fit it on the screen because I ran out of space, but also you could do his running mate, Jahmyr Gibbs, with each one, I think, will score a rushing touchdown. And then finally, Amon-Ra St. Brown. And look out for A.J. Brown also for a touchdown for the Philadelphia Eagles. So those are your player props. So it's pretty much a short show today. I just wanted to get through everything, I'll cycle through the picks one more time. And also I'll bring up the NFL Instagram because I know you want some visuals. So let's go back to the NFL again really quick. So you see the Miami, you see the Baltimore, Houston, so on. I'll let you guys take a look at that if you're deciding what you want to pick. Let me go to the NFL Instagram. Shout out to college football. I think other than opening week, maybe the week or 2 or 3 after that, I think this was the most entertaining week of college football. People get so caught up in rankings, who's ranked, but even unranked games were very entertaining. And I feel like because it's a real playoff, a 12-team playoff, And even with the bowl games, and that's why I think they need to start paying players to play in the bowl games. It's getting real interesting coming down to the wire. I like how Oklahoma played against my Ole Miss Rebels. It was competitive, and they put that quarterback Arnold back in. They should leave him in. Same thing with Florida State. I like Luke Cromenhope. No disrespect to Glenn, Brock Glenn, but he's gonna have to develop. I think they need to lean towards Cromenhope. He led the first touchdown drive for Florida State. I don't know what this George Kittle thing is. Okay, founding fathers of National Tight End Day. The founding father of National Tight End Day gets to wrap it all up on Sunday Night Football. So I didn't know George Kittle actually founded National Tight End Day. But no, the record I believe for most yards in the game is still Shannon Sharp with like 220 yards or something like that. I would have thought a tight end would have broke that by now. You see a lot of guys get 180, 150, but I don't know. I guess it's hard to hit 200 up that middle, up that seam. Eventually they're gonna start keying in on you. No Jacksonville game today, but this just some visuals of Eric Armstead. He a fan favorite when he was out there in London, out there in the UK. He's probably sipping on some tea with his mates. Okay. Now, Sunday Night Football, America's team, Dallas Cowboys. Let's get it. Dalvin Cook, Ezekiel Elliott, the 1-2 punch. And then we got Dak Prescott, $60 million man, trying to earn some money tonight. They don't have to win because the 49ers are picked to win, but they can win. Now, I know people might be like, it's no IU, it's no this. Man, the 49ers like Alabama, man. They just roll them out. They backup running back is one of the top rushers in the league. I don't want to hear it. Brock Purdy was a 7th-round pick, and he's a Pro Bowler about to get big-time paid this year. You got Deebo Samuels. He's still out there. Ricky Pearsall was the 1st-round pick. I know he's a rookie, but, this wide receiver, they come along. George Kittle, as we showed, National Tight End Day, and then that defense. You still got Fred Warner, as you see right here. Him. He's arguably the best overall all-around linebacker, blitzing, covering, and stopping the run. I know a lot of people like Roquan Smith out there with the Baltimore Ravens, but you can't really pick on Fred Warner. He does it all. But this is an old matchup. This is one of the most classic rivalries. Cowboys and 49ers, Cowboys and Steelers, Green Bay and Cowboys, Green Bay and the Bears, Green Bay and the 49ers. Green Bay and the Vikings. It's a couple rivalries. Dolphins, Jets. Yeah, there's a couple rivalries that are real box office. It's like bigger than a college football rivalry. And this is all time. It's 560. Hold on, those numbers can't be right. Okay, so both have 5 Super Bowls. I'm gonna let this replay because I wasn't reading. I was too busy talking, and then we're gonna end the show because you guys should have seen everything. Okay, so you got the NFL picks. Let's go to the NHL again while we're looking at this video because I want to read these stats off. So, okay, so let me start it over. Let's start it over from the beginning. 49ers, the Cowboys 49ers renew their historic rivalry. Okay, these teams have met 40 times. Okay, with the 49ers winning 20 games. So I guess the Cowboys won 20. That's simple math. Oh, the Cowboys won 19 and there was one tie. Okay, fine. All right. All-time wins, Cowboys got 565 wins. 49ers got 672 wins. I didn't know that. Okay, both teams have 5 Super Bowls each. How do the 49ers have more wins than us when they've had long stretches of being sorry? I think because the Cowboys have been mediocre. They'll win 8, 9, 10. The 49ers, when they win in 12, 13, 15 games. So that's probably why those extra, 3, 4 games on top of 10 wins, when the Cowboys just hovering around 10, 11, sometimes 8, 9. That's why they outdo us, because I don't know why they got more wins than us. That's crazy. We need to fix that right away. Okay. So we got the mummy tight end, George Kittle. We got the Wolf, Kelsey. We got Brock Bowers, Brock Giller. I think he leads on all tight ends and yards or something like that. We got Sam Laporte. We got what nickname did they? Okay, Frankenporte. So Frankenstein. All right, Dalton the Opera. So he's supposed to be like Phantom of the Opera, Dalton Kincaid. And then we got Trey McBride. I wasn't familiar with this guy. It says McBride or Hyde. So I don't know what that's supposed to mean. But basically, they've been talking about him and Kyler Murray. You know, the Dolphins faced them today, so I don't want him to get no yards. Don't give him no yards. Make him live in an apartment. No front yard, no backyard, baby. Go live in an apartment. But they're saying he's the next upcoming tight end, along with Brock Bowers in the league. So we're gonna see. I know a lot of people had big expectations for the guy coming out of the University of Florida, up there at the Falcons. Cal Pitts, he's been so, but we're gonna see. But that's gonna be the show for the day. Also, let me hit you off with them NBA picks one more time. You got the Pacers, you got the Milwaukee Bucks, not Tampa Bay. You got the New Orleans Pelicans, and you got the OKC Thunder. So Pacers minus 3.5, Bucks minus 5.5, New Orleans Pelicans money line, OKC money line, and then again with the NHL, we got Edmonton money line, Philadelphia money line, Colorado money line. So here goes your NBA. So we're gonna give you a couple seconds. Here goes your NBA. And then we're gonna go to that NHL one more time. Over that NHL. And we up out of here, baby. So I'm gonna give you guys about 10 more seconds. You can always pause the video, you know. Shout out to Cameron and Mace. Pause. Pause, son. Word to mother. Word to mother, B. But we up out of here.